This is never seen before footage of 1960s England in the seaside resort of Weston-super-Mare in Somerset. The footage I'm going to show you is a rare example of amateur home movie filmed between 1962 and 1964 on a Kodak Brownie Standard 8 Cine Camera. It was filmed by my late grandpa, Gerald Bartlett, when it would have been very unusual to own recording equipment, and this would have been cutting-edge technology. My dad created a copy of the original footage during the 1990s by projecting the images and recording them with a camcorder. They have now been converted into MP4s for you all to enjoy a taste of good old-fashioned British nostalgia at the seaside. My dad still owns the original Cine Camera. The first scene is a familiar sight to many Westonians, although the Grand Pier's appearance has dramatically changed over the years due to a couple of fires. This footage is filmed during 1962 and we're now in Marine Lake. The lake was created to provide a safe space for swimming in fresh seawater even when the tide is out. Note the steps leading up to Knightstone Island, those are no longer there. At the end of this episode, I will show you more footage of Marine Lake and Knightstone Island filmed during 1964, including the long lost colonnade. Weston is famous for its donkeys, but the horse and cart is also a very popular pastime. This view of Weston-super-Mare across the Bristol Channel is filmed from Brean Down. Here are more views across Brean. My grandparents, dad and uncle stayed in a little caravan park. They lived in Bristol and would have travelled by bus or coach to Brean and Weston-super-Mare. Here's an ice cream van on the beach and a view of Brean Down, which is the final tip of the Mendips. I usually create travel videos, but if you would like to see more vintage amateur home movie footage, then please do let me know in the comments below. These are views of Brean Down. This is one of the routes to the top. This is my late grandma, Shirley, and my Uncle Kevin to the nearest side and my dad in the background. We're now in 1963 and you can see some footage of my family on the sand enjoying the local entertainment. This is Grove Park, a wonderful place to unwind. The rest of the episode is filmed during 1964 and starts with rare footage of Marine Lake when there was a colonnade. Sadly, the area fell into disrepair, but it has recently been given a new lease of life and reopened to the public in 2022 after extensive repair work, although the colonnade no longer exists. Thunderbirds are go! Children have been enjoying donkey or horse and cart rides on the beach since 1886, and they're a key part of the culture in the town and are very popular with tourists. Coalbrookdale Fountain is a Grade 2 listed monument. It has stood facing the elements since the early 1900s. Part of the fountain eroded and disappeared, but it was restored in 2010 when it was repainted in imitation bronze. Sadly, the fountain was not working when I visited this weekend. As you can see, Weston-super-Mare is as popular as ever. Another popular British seaside pastime is crazy golf. The nearby lawns were developed for families to enjoy. This is Birnbeck Pier, which in its heyday was a dock for paddle steamers, with a mind-blowing 15,000 people disembarking on Birnbeck Pier every day. Today the pier is in a shockingly sad state of disrepair, and restoration work is due to commence later this year, in autumn 2024. I'm going to cover what Weston-super-Mare is like today in another episode, so please do hit the subscribe button and hit the bell button to receive a notification. I was born in Bristol, and my parents regularly took my sister and I to Weston-super-Mare when we were growing up. This is the first time I visited Weston during the 1980s. My love of Weston-super-Mare has been passed down to me from my parents, just as their parents passed it on to them. This is my first donkey ride, aged 2. This is a ride on the Grand Pier. If you would like to see some home footage of Weston-super-Mare during the 1980s, please do let me know in the comments below. If you have a connection to Weston-super-Mare, I would love to hear from you. I would also love to create an archive of old stories and memories about Weston and the surrounding areas. So if you have any stories you would like to be recorded and shared, please do get in touch with me. This is my email address, and it is also in the video description. If you'd like to have a friendly chat while enjoying some chips on the seafront, please do get in touch, because I'd love to capture the real stories of the people who make this traditional British seaside town so super.